Oh, thank you for your patience. We're back. We have fixed the minor glitch in sound issues that were quickly resolved by our excellent production team, by which I mean
team
Leon. Bless him, he was working so fast on that. He was like, there we go, pumping this crank and turning dials and typing really fast. It was something to behold. It really was. Thank you for joining us here on Garblag Games. We're playing Spire, Bedlam Hill. This is episode 3. You will have noticed that we put a little content warning at the beginning of the video. After last week's session got a little bit intense in places, I decided that a content warning would be well served. I want to remind people as well that Bedlam comes from the Bethlehem Hospital, which is a very famous or indeed infamous psychiatric hospital in London. It's closely associated with the word uproar and confusion, derived from the name of the hospital, where it was once a part of the worst excesses in the asylum era in lunacy reform. Interesting read, harrowing to find out about, but part and parcel to what's going on and the way in which I imagine that things such as lunacy and insanity would be treated in Spire. So lunacy would probably be considered to be something of a blessing, given that they worship a moon goddess. Joining me this evening are my crack team of expert players and Nye.
Rude.
No, I only said that because I looked over at the screen and Nye's actually hiding behind his pop screen. So all you can see is his pop screen and his hair. It was perfectly placed. Now, Aaron has done the very great kindness of going back over the last episode and said, holy cow, we missed some clues. So I'm going to get him to do a recap of last week's session. But let's start with the others so they can tell us who they are. So, Alden, you're up.
Hello! This is why we had no sound earlier. Because the accent is so terrible. Hello, I will be playing Nadir Reflected, a Vermisian sage. For those of you unfamiliar with Spire, this is like a crazy hermit learned person who lives in the not entirely normal subterranean subway that goes through the entire Spire. There are too many corners, too many angles, and just too many dimensions. Hey-ho.
Literally a fourth dimensional teleporting subway librarian.
It's normal for me.
We got Nye.
Hello. I am Nye. I'll be playing. I am Rex, the knight. Again, if you're not familiar with Spire, knights in this universe are more like, well, they represent pubs. And I think that kind of solidifies everything you need to know about their image. They go around, they get a bit drunk, and they fight people. They're kind of closer to like mobile bouncers. Yeah. But I'm not at the pub. Well, we've come to your house to beat you up. But yeah, basically that's me. Yeah, I'm also an admiral, but you know, that's
we got to get your boat in somewhere.
Yes.
At least once in this session. In a session, we need to get you in your fabulous naval vessel.
Of course.
We have Pat, sophisticated Patrice.
Today I'll be portraying Weaves Like Harp, a midwife of the Drow traditions. I uphold them and ensure that our oppressors, the Alfir, shall no longer restrict our expression of identity. One day they shall realize what they have done, and in despair it will be too late, for our boots will be on their necks. Until then.
And then last but not least, we have Aaron.
Hello, everybody. I am Aaron. I am also Samede, the Carrion Priest, the hunter of Charnel, the god of death, with my faithful companion, Ged, a 150-pound black-faced hyena. Last week, as a quick recap, we split up. Admiral Rex went back to the Church of the Gun to meet with Brother Hellion to try to get a better idea of what he was doing, while the rest of us decided to move on to the orderly that Lucian had scouted his home, scouted out where his home was. We made a pit stop, and Weaves got some poisons and an antidote for it. We also stopped by to get some meat. And then we moved on to the orderly's house. While this was going on, Rex visited with Brother Hellion. Brother Hellion was very happy to see Rex and asked him to accompany him and his daughters to a meeting with a representative of Mother Moon, who is one of the three crime lords / slum lords in this area, and runs the arena. So when they went in to meet with this representative of Mother Moon's, it was a large knoll lounging about with everything on display in a large silk robe with some of his own muscle around. And his purpose was to convince Brother Hellion to throw in his lot with Mother Moon in an arena exhibition, to bring his poor and destitute gun-toting madmen down to the arena to fight. And his secondary purpose was try to find out who was actually backing Brother Hellion. Cut back to the rest of us, quickly assessed a way into this orderly's home, drugged his dog so it went to sleep, snuck up into his bedroom, chained him to his bed, and very mercifully and kindly asked him some questions to make sure that he was being open and honest with us. During our initial interrogation of him, we also discovered, or Lucian discovered, a hidden key behind his bed where unlocked a door where we found what he called a doll. The doll was a former drow female who had been lobotomized and then had clockwork added to her to turn her into an automaton. Samede put her out of her misery, and then we reconvened down in the kitchen area to have a closer conversation with Ashes, the orderly. He told us about the layout of the asylum, the 5 general wards, the one hidden ward. He told us what he knew of the Aelfir doctor and his drow nurse, who apparently used to be, much like Weaves like Hart, a midwife. In addition, we also, on our way there, witnessed a bunch of gutterkin throwing flyers about in the street, which were also from Mother Moon's arena, which was inviting everyone to see a reenactment of the Battle of Far Nujab between the Drow and obviously Knowles. Rex came back at the end and filled us in on the information. Samede at the time was enraged over what was being done to the Drow and was screaming for blood, essentially, and felt that we had to immediately attack the asylum. We'll see if calmer heads prevail once we get started.
There we go. Pretty accurate summary of what's going on. So I believe, Nye, you just arrived at the house of the orderly, where the others are sat around in the kitchen. They have this chap tied to a chair in his underpants.
I'd filled them in. No, I had filled them in. I think that's how we ended it. Was I'd got in there and filled them in on the situation with the cut of the gun, as you said, Aaron. But yeah, that's all I know character-wise. I was not here for any of this shit, so I have no idea about this. Okay, that's fine then.
Rex, you've arrived just in time. We have a very important decision before us.
Okay. I'll sit down.
As Rex sits down, Ged grabs Samede's wrist in his teeth and pulls Samede down to the ground and kind of puts his muzzle across Samede's shoulder, and Samede puts his head against Ged's shoulder, and they sit there for just a moment, and Samede seems to almost deflate. And then he looks up, and there are tears streaming from his eyes. And you never would have thought to have seen this from this obviously psychotic drow. And he looks up and he goes, Weaves, Nadir, Lucian, you're all right. We need to take a breath. This is not Charnel's way. He is a hunter, and a hunter knows his prey. A hunter understands his prey, because when you know and understand your prey, you are able to successfully run them to ground. Ged reminded me of this. If we simply go off half-cocked now and strike at this asylum, we may succeed, but we may never understand what is really going on here. Rex, what you told me is disturbing, and it makes me think that perhaps Mother Moon has more to do with what is going on here than we had thought. If she's trying to raise an army of gun-wielding, destitute drow and purchase an army of warrior automaton, I think we need to go back. We need to speak with Long Legs about what we know. And I think you're right. We need to look into the arena and into Brother Hellions' benefactor before we simply rush off.
Okay.
Tears in eyes. My character walks over to you and hesitates before putting her hand on your shoulder, gauging your consent to such an action, knowing full well that you could easily rip my arm off. Yes.
It's all right, Weaves. We all need one another now.
Yeah, I put my hand on your shoulder and bring you in for a hug and say, brother, I am in as much agony as you are, though I do not perhaps display it as easily. You are correct. We must act, but we must act with foreknowledge. For our enemy is stronger than us, is smarter than us, is more connected than we. But if we build the right snare, I won't speak in metaphors, if we learn what they are up to and we determine where they are weakest, then we can strike who they are connected to, what they are doing, everything that we can know, we must. And then we can kill them. We can deliver the blow that strikes them down. We won't succeed if we act now. We may have one Pyrrhic victory, yes, but we need to take Bedlam down for what they are doing. And we need to do so in the most intelligent and complete fashion possible. Because this, I gesture up to the stairs where you recently killed the doll who was no longer a human, no longer a drow. This is fucked. This is so fucked. We need to stop it forever. Forever.
We will hunt them all to death. But now the question is...
Bring you closer to me. Thank you.
We will succeed, Weaves. As I promised, we will hunt them all until they are dead. I look over at Lucian and Nadir and I go, now the question is, what do we do with this one, Ashes? If we're not going to storm the asylum tonight, will they miss him? Ashes. What happens if a guard does not show up for his shift?
I can make it so that he was never a guard. I can take that little fact and I can file it away where no one will ever see it again.
A look of mad hope lights up in Ash's eyes, and he says, if I'm not on duty, they'll fight, they'll know, they'll come looking. They'll want to know where I am.
No, they won't.
They'll come for me.
No.
Nadir, I think that's the best plan, then, Nadir.
Uh,
Remove him.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes,
How?
Rex.
Oh no, I'm asking Ben. Sorry, I realized that my Rex voice and Nye voice are identical. How? What is the width and breadth of this man? Is he about the same width and breadth as myself?
I've
Same
never
width.
looked forward to an answer more. I really want to know where this is going.
Same width, yes.
Okay.
He is very it's like an older version of you that's kind of started to go to fat.
Okay.
So he's let himself go a little bit. The muscles
okay.
are there. He's about the same height as you and was clearly once an enforcer.
Okay.
So
That
he's a
makes
big
sense.
bloke. You are the closest in build to him, yes.
If I look at his face, we don't have any features that would be like wildly off kilter. Like he doesn't have like a scar or like
he's got
like
that
a
stubble
birthmark
thing going on, which
Yes.
is really unusual. That's the most unusual facial characteristic he's got, is this sort of whitish stubble around his chin and mouth and a little bit spreading up the cheeks.
Okay, now I'm Rex. I shouldn't have to say that, but there we go. I mean, I think I could fit in his armor, and I mean, how well do you know your co-workers, Mr. Ashes?
Well, I'm sort of in charge.
But
I have my own team.
Okay.
But there's only two of them.
Oh, okay. And would you say you have other teams in there that wouldn't know you very well, facially?
Well, there's only about a dozen of us, so we sort of know each other in passing, but it's not like we hang about and stop for a chat. We were recruited from different gangs.
Interesting. So hypothetically, oh, actually, this is an important question. Would the higher ups know you by face?
Well, I mean, the doctor's got his preferred faces, so those are the ones he notices. I don't know if he could necessarily tell an orderly from a prisoner.
Okay.
Except if it wasn't for the uniform.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm surprised he doesn't have us in masks.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a little bit fresh to this conversation, but it sounds like you've done a very fucked up thing. So, I mean, I'm okay with Nadir doing his thing, but you know, I could maybe dress up as you, go in there, get a bit of information. But I don't know. Nadir, is removing the fact that he was a guard gonna like make him turn into dust or something?
Oh no, he will still exist. Well,
Okay.
That is maybe up to the rest of us. Wink.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
But
You're
for
not supposed to say the word wink.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget my whole book on stealth and compelling. I read that when I got bored. It's gone. It's gone. I've been reading this very, very interesting. It's like a pictographic journal. It's about fighting. I was looking forward to trying this out, but maybe this time we will.
Next time, just it's one eye down like that. Wink.
Wink.
Done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
you don't say it. But yeah.
Nadir, how selective is your filing away? Could you file away what people know what his face looks like?
If it's a fact, I can file it away.
So the fact this guy has stubble.
Yes, I could take away the fact that he has stubble. This could be interesting. I don't know what that will do to his face.
Yeah. Well. I think that's the conversation. Oh, and then I'll cover
research.
I'll cover his ears.
Quite interested to find out now. Actually.
I think we need.
Could you take away the fact that he doesn't wear a mask? Because he doesn't wear a mask.
Can you take away a negative?
No. Take away the rule that the enforcers don't wear masks.
This might be a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's a bit double negative.
Might push that one.
It might go. Wait a minute. Double
my
negative.
squishy brain.
I'll cover his ears. I think the first thing we need to decide is if we're going to brutally murder this guy, which I'm all for, because the way you described his actions sounds that he's a piece of shit. But I don't want to just kill someone without asking you guys. I'll take my hands off his ears.
He will die.
Oh, I'll
But right now or later is
okay.
in the air.
Well, we all die, you know.
Okay.
He will die,
yes.
presumably even by our hands in the near future, but
Okay.
it really depends as
Does
to
he
when.
wet himself again?
Yes, Rex.
Not recently.
Before you returned, Rex, I had told him that he had two choices. We would either feed him to Ged here and now,
Okay.
or he would help us in planning and executing the assault. And if he died in the asylum, he would at least be dying. He would at least die redeeming himself as a drow.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can get you in with the gun cult, but
You've done so well with that. I feel the need to say.
I mean, you guys know my feelings on those guys. I think the sooner we nip that bud, the better. I would also say though that I don't mind going in there dressed as him. I mean, I don't want Nadir's brain to go like strawberry jam if preferable. But yeah, I mean, I don't want us to take risks unless we absolutely have to, which I know sounds strange coming from me, but that's because the risks are brain risks and not body risks. I'm all for us getting like kicked to shit. That's my bread and butter, but I don't want anyone to go like crazy or something.
Oh, this is good to know.
Yes.
Crazy is my bread and butter, so it's fine.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah. You're the exact opposite. Like, I don't want to get hurt physically, but my brain's up for grabs.
Yes. No, of the kicking of shit. No. But jam brain, that's fine.
Well, Lucian, would you be able to get in if Rex went in to scout? Would you be able to get in with him so that he had some backup while he was doing a scouting mission tonight?
Yeah, I'm sure we could. We just need to source. We already have one set of Woodley's clothing for Rex.
Well, Nadir got Nadir.
Oh yeah, we got loads. Yeah, it was just in the cupboard right there.
So perhaps remember there are 3 weak points in the perimeter of the asylum that we found last night during we were scouting. If you could sneak in as an orderly, and Rex was able to walk in the front door as Ashes, you could scout out and actually find out their full extent of their defenses. And maybe even attempt to determine what kind of magics is protecting the door to the secret ward behind the treatment rooms. And then we could attempt to run down what's happening at the arena.
Yes. That sounds good.
Simply a thought. Whenever Ged and I go into that asylum, we'll be quite obvious, and that'll be end game.
Okay. Well, I can take you to the gun cult. I mean, we could do it right now, or we could do it this evening. It's up to you. I would suggest. Oh, I think I felt. No, I didn't fill in. Okay, so security wise, we should be wary of Mother Moon because she has a very good fighter. I think I may have said this before, but I want to emphasize this because like this guy, like me on my peak form would have a tough time taking him out, and I don't know how many of them they have. However, the plus side is that they don't seem to have adopted guns very earnestly. I think so. The benefit is that if we get in close, it's not gonna be it's gonna be bad, but they can't take us out from a distance. So if things go then we can get away and they won't be able to like shoot us or whatever. But then there's the gun cult, so there's that. So maybe we'll be getting killed either way, but that's just the way I see it.
As far as a gun cult goes, I haven't actually seen them kill that many people.
No,
I
but
think they're
I
trying to
don't.
keep the peace as much as we are, which is to say, not in the long run. But for
Oh,
now, they bide their time.
I don't know. I think it's less the fact that they want to kill people, and I think that their leader or leadership in general is easily manipulable. Like the brother was not very good in the discussion with the Knoll. Like, I mean, I've seen like Weaves like talk people down, and he was really bad at it. Like he just kept giving ground every time he suggested something. So I think it wouldn't be difficult for a bigger, scarier power to just tell them to do something, and they would probably comply. And as we know, our brothers and sisters, or just Drow in general, are there because they're desperate for some kind of like freedom of something. So yeah, I don't think they're malicious, but I think that it's not good to be around. Just that's me. But yeah,
Rex, it sounds like we need to find out who is backing Brother Hellion. I think you're right.
Mhm.
He's just a middleman in a bigger play, and we don't even know what that play is.
Mhm. So I mean, it's up to you. We can meet them before they go to meet with the they go to the, oh my god, I've forgotten it. The games is it? What
The
is it?
arena.
The arena.
To-
We could, because I think this is where I'm flipping it. I think they did agree to go to the arena because I basically lied to them and said, "Oh yeah, in a fight you guys would win, like hands down
But
because
they
you're
hadn't
better at
agreed
guns with
yet.
them."
Brother
No,
Hellion
no,
told you that he needed to check in
with their
with
contacts.
his
Okay.
contacts
Oh
first
shit.
before
Yeah.
making that kind of agreement.
Okay, that's good.
So then perhaps we need to settle on what we're going to do with Ashes, one way or the other, so that the asylum doesn't
Well,
begin to worry about where he's at, since he's supposed to go on shift in a few hours.
What if
Indeed.
And then
he
maybe
wasn't
go
an
speak with
orderly?
Brother Hellion.
What if he was a patient?
as I said, if Nadir is fine going with the I don't know how the
That is not how
Vermissian
it
works.
works.
It doesn't go
Exactly how it
Okay.
works.
Okay.
I've seen him
Well,
do it.
how
That's what he does.
well, however it works, if you're okay doing that's fine. But you know, as long as there's not too much risk to yourself. Well, less risk than our jobs
Oh no,
entail
it's fine.
already.
It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. If I'm going to say to Ashes, I hope whatever God-forsaking afterlife you're about to be sent to punishes you appropriately.
Rex, I don't actually think he's going anywhere. I just think
Ah.
knowledge of him
Oh.
is going to be gone.
Okay. When you die in the foreseeable future, put that thing I just said at the back of that statement.
So, what do you want to do? What's the plan here?
So Nadir, if you remove knowledge of him,
Okay.
then we
I don't
will
think
keep
that's-
him as a resource of information. We already have ways to infiltrate the asylum when the time comes.
So
What do you think?
I will remove the fact of the existence of treads on ash. Wink. Sorry, still practicing. While I am there, I could maybe do
Listen.
some
Yeah,
research.
you actually have to go into the stacks and put the
Oh, yeah.
information about him in
I
the stacks.
I know. I need to go to the locked stacks, which is a little bit scary because maybe I get locked in. But hey, but while I am there, I could be doing some research, maybe into the church, maybe into Bedlam, if there is facts we are trying to gather.
Perhaps how to unlock that magical door that leads to the secure ward inside of Bedlam.
Yes.
Oh,
That might
well.
be prudent.
Magic I like. Okay, this could be fun.
And Rex, you say Hellion is going to meet a contact now.
So perhaps
Soon.
while Nadir does
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
we should drop off Ashes with our contact at the ministry and have him held while we go to Brother Hellion's and try to ferret out who his benefactor is.
Okay. Where will we meet up? Because last time that was just very lucky that we all ended up at the same place. But this
how about
outside the arena before they start?
I was thinking there might be one other thing we need to run down, Weaves. It may be best if we meet at the pub that started this entire adventure, since it seemed to have so many midwives there.
Oh.
We need to find out if this drow nurse was a midwife, or if anyone has ever heard of a midwife defecting. If we can put a name to her, that may give us leverage. It might be a good location to start asking.
I concur. I'll try first with She of Long Legs when we go to drop off our compatriot, but if she has not heard of such, then the bar would be an excellent choice. Either way, it is a nice public place where our faces might not be so readily recognized. Good location for a meeting.
Okay.
That's the Spire Black Knights, the bar, the midwife bar.
Yeah. It's like I think there are nurses bars in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. But there has to be.
All right,
a
then.
hospital.
So Nadir, we will meet you there, and we will head off and drop off or deal with Ashes, and then move on to Brother Hellions.
Indeed. On the
Pat
subject,
Ash on the head and go, good luck. You do not deserve it.
You won't be getting it. Well.
What are we doing about Ash's dog?
Oh, we're taking the dog with us.
Okay.
Yeah, the dog hasn't done anything wrong. It's just a dog. We're not monsters.
That's good. That's what I was checking.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
The Brick Street, on our way back, the Brick Street Boys, they're a urchin gang that I ran with as a child. They're good. They'll take care of the dog, and the dog will help them hunt for food. I think it'll be a good fit.
Okay.
perfect.
I'll pick the dog up then.
It's heavy and kind of lolls unconsciously in your arm.
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
A cat that doesn't want to be picked up.
Yeah.
Now, would my character perhaps know where she might find She of Long Legs under normal circumstances, or how?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, she still works in the crash, so you could find her quite legitimately and without looking too suspicious as well.
Very well. I find her then. I mean, not sure if you want me to roleplay that at all.
Okay, so you're going to go and find She of the Long Legs.
And take Ashes.
With Ashes.
Presumably find her and ensure that she and I have a degree of secrecy with regards to our meeting.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I mean, preschools are a great place to have secret meetings, right?
Right. The children don't remember anything.
Leon, what about you? Are you going to go with Samidi and Rex, or are you going to go with Weaves?
I'll go with Samidi and Rex. I think
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll start with you three then, because you have the biggest party.
Wherever Rex goes is the biggest party.
Okay.
That's also true.
Yes. Okay.
Party.
We'll head round to where the urchins are, drop the dog off, and then we're going to the gun cult, yeah? Okay, yoke. No problem.
Okie
dokie. By the way, I still have your rifle, but I'll just hold on to it because they know me as the rifle guy now, so.
Actually, that's a good point. If you're not really going looking for the gun cult, are you? You're going looking for Brother Hellion, who's gone to meet.
Yes.
Right.
So, in that case, I'm going to need somebody to make a pursue and crime or an investigate and crime roll.
Oh boy, yeah, I'll need to
Could
help
I
with that.
Could I go pursue and low society since I know the area so well?
You can go pursue and low society, yes.
I'll give that a shot.
And this is what
I don't think
you'll be looking for
as a
gaps
GM.
rather than locations.
Right.
You'll be looking for places where the low society folk don't go because the criminals are already there.
Mm.
The classic, you're not looking for what's there, you're looking for what's not there.
Exactly, yeah. So Yes. You know that there's more than one place in Red Row where even the people of Red Row don't go, because it's where the worst people of Red Row go. And so you've got a couple of locations that you think are likely. Which one of the three landlords' territories do you think it's most likely to be in?
Well, the sisters are primarily drug pushers, and we already know he turned down Mother Moon in the arena. So I'm going to guess Mr. Winter is likely who he's meeting with, or one of his lieutenants.
So there is a warehouse district where you do know that Mr. Winter's lieutenants tend to conduct business above and below board. There are warehouses that contain things that can be sold very easily. There are warehouses that contain people who have been put there to be forgotten about.
Then let's head down to those warehouse districts, and perhaps the warehouse where people are meant to be forgotten about might be the place to start our search.
Well, it's almost like a little industrial estate. So you've got all of these warehouses in the same close environs, quiet streets, nobody actually living in the area because people don't even want to live there. There are only the absolute most desperate of the homeless drow who will find these places and live in them. And often they don't last long there. The whole place has this slightly sulfurous smell to it from outspill from the works. You've got a hint of tannery smells coming from the leakage from the river upstairs. And you've got these thick, squat stone warehouses that may have once served another purpose. They're just used for storage for things that criminals don't mind losing at this point. But you can creep around in there with impunity because people don't go there.
So we try to search among the warehouses and see if there's any that are actively in use, or see if we can pick up the trail of Brother Hellion and his daughters.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to sneak and crime. Definitely crime this time, because you're in a very crimey area.
Oh boy.
Hey, you've at least got a dice now.
Yeah, I know. I have to. I can't take that for granted. Oh boy. Okay. No, I don't. Oh, I do have crime. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, there you go. You've got 2 dice.
Oh, there we go. So I click on it and I have to roll it. Okay.
Yes. You don't have to roll it like that. You can click on it and then press the roll button at the top of your character sheet.
Oh, apologies.
That's all right.
So it's
easy mistake to make.
2 dice.
Do you want us all to roll?
Yes, please.
Well, I presumed we were all sneaking in.
Okay.
Well, it says compel with crime, but it's just
Is
crime.
it the same dice?
Oh, actually, no. Well, but the dice roller isn't smart. I only rolled 2. The one that I normally get in the crime dice.
Oh, no, that's fine. If it's the same number of dice, that's okay.
Yeah, no,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I would have rolled 3 if it was.
Okay, so Samidi. Oh, Lucian. Oh dear.
It's not piety.
Samidi becomes a ghost the second you enter this area. He disappears into the shadows and ghosts his way up onto the roof. Somehow he manages this even with a hyena.
Just jumps on my back.
Meanwhile, Rex, you're creeping around. It's a bit tense. Every few steps, you're muffling the jingling sound of your buckles, pinching your belt, stopping your armor. So it's taking you ages to get anywhere while you creep. Lucian, however, you effortlessly slide into the shadows, completely invisible to no one. You think that you are mirroring the stealth and precision that is being shown by Samidi. But unbeknownst to you, the white mask that you're wearing really stands out in this darkness. You've got an elf ear mask on. in one of the worst crime districts of the Low Town.
And the bells on my shoes don't help.
People are they're looking at you aghast as you walk past. And you realize after a few of them have sort of looked at you and they're looking at you like you're absolutely mad. Before a gentleman walks up to you. Slender drow. He's got white snowflakes tattooed coming out of the top of his nose and a little spray onto his head, like really surprised eyebrows. His head is shaved except for a single white top knot coming right out of the top at the middle. And he walks up to you, and as he comes closer, he's flicking a butterfly blade in and out around his fingers. And he just puts the blade right on the end of your nose, just touches the end of your nose through your mask with this blade.
He seems friend-shaped.
Good day, brother.
You lost.
No, I am exactly where I mean to be.
I don't think you are. Oh,
I
somebody's
think,
just dropped off.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking to you, so I can't fix that right now.
Okay.
Well, no, right. I was going to say, can I see this happening?
I can put the screen up to cover us. Hang on for a second.
Okay.
So,
because I would.
Oh, he's back. He's back. It's all good.
Oh.
He's fallen off his chair.
That's all. I'm exactly where I mean to be. Do you think someone like me would be dumb enough to walk around here alone? Or would they also have their assassins in the shadows around you right now?
Well, let's find out. That's a nice jacket. Take it off.
No.
Assassin? Do you mean the guy in armor with the lance?
No, I mean the 10 assassins on the rooftops that I've got obviously with me.
Oh, of
Obviously.
course. Naturally. Yeah. Naturally.
Right, so, Nye, you do see this occur. There are two other gentlemen kind of rolling out of the shadows and bowling their way up.
Do I see this going on?
Where Lucian is. You're up on the rooftop level, so you can't quite see what's happening down on the ground level here.
I would
Good luck, guys.
I would like.
Well,
hopefully unseen, to draw my lance and point it at his neck. You know, like when someone does the thing in a movie where it's like they appear behind someone with a knife. I want to do that, but with the whole lance. Or just be pointing at him, like, yeah, basically.
But if you want to do that, you're going to need to make another sneak roll.
Oh, well, maybe I'll just charge at him. And I don't know.
I think if you charge at him, you'll be rolling a lot more dice.
Yeah, that's true. I'll try this. I'll try this again. I will put the.
So that's fight and crime.
Oh, to just
charge.
hit him with him.
To charge him.
And I would
but
get
you're rolling with mastery on your fight.
Yeah, because it's my lance.
Because it's your lance.
But I'm gonna be. But yeah, you know what? I will. Hopefully, because the lance does have surprising. So I'm going to think of
Nobody
that like.
expects to be lanced in the throat by a juggernaut.
Well, I'm more just gonna like hit. I'm not one to like murder him. I just want to like kind of be like, I have assassins everywhere, and he's probably thinking like, I will see where these assassins are. He's not expecting a knight to charge out at him with a lance. So yeah, I think I will roll fight and crime, which gives me 4. Then I would, because I get 1 normally. Cool.
Spring forth, burly protector, and save me.
Oh, look at that. With a roar, his famed battle cry of
for the lazy dogs. Actually, probably shouldn't say that since that's my affiliated pub, but they might come down later.
But it is also on your surcoat, so that might be a bit of a giveaway.
Oh yeah, there we go. Well, I mean, we'll just say this guy hired one of us out. There we go. Yeah, that's normal.
The man mountain that is Admiral Rex appears out of between 2 alleyways, where a minute ago he was sneaking stealthily. Lance at the ready, couched under his arm, and he comes running towards you. And these 3 guys kind of turn around and see him coming, and they're, what the "Ah."
I am
As
coming, my liege! Charging at them.
you barrel into them and you send all three of them just like bowling pins. You smash into them. They fly in all directions. Leon, take 1 point of blood stress as the guy who had his knife on your nose slices up your nose with it as he goes flying.
It's like
So you go-
Chinatown.
Yeah. And that mask will also need a little bit of repairing now.
Ooh, bummer.
So it's one point of damage to your
expensive.
shadow as well.
Where? Sorry, where
They are on stress.
Yeah,
It's the second tab.
I got it. So one.
So 1 point to blood and 1 point to shadow.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Rex is suddenly there, and these guys have gone over like bowling pins. Aaron, at this point, you would very definitely hear the commotion.
I look over the side. You don't hear it, but I sigh. Shake my head a little. I'm like,
One fucking
All right.
job, guys.
all right, Ged. We're going back down. Put Ged back on his hyena sling across my back and climb down the side of the building.
It's just adorable. 150-pound hyena in a little sling.
I'd like to go over to one of the guys, presumably the leader guy.
Yeah, they're kind of all tangled together in this
Yeah.
mess of arms and legs.
Yeah, I'll pick one up by their leg, kind of just give him a little shake, like, "Come on, hey, wake up!" Right
What the...
now, you're going to take this away as a good life lesson. Don't rob people because they might have a knight come and charge at you. Okay. Got to do good for your community, all right? There are people around here that you could be doing a lot of good for, okay? So I don't want to see any more of this.
Big fucking ape.
Well, see that. What did we just talk about? Eh? I shake him a little bit more. What did we just say? That's not very nice. That's not helping the community, is it?
His mates are sort of pulling themselves to their feet as well,
Hey.
and pulling out truncheons.
Oh, for
Like
fuck's sake.
They're going to go for it.
So Samede and Ged come up, and I've got my my battle cleaver in my hand, and I go, Ged, sick 'em, and we launch ourselves into battle.
Well,
Hell
see, now
yeah.
they're going to learn a really important lesson. That they might not just have a knight, they might have a carrion priest and a hyena with them as well.
Okay, so Aaron, could you
Houdini.
please roll fight and crime?
I can do
Robbing
it.
people is bad. Join the revolution. No? Okay. Die.
Oh dear Lord.
And the war cleaver's a D6.
Okay, so that's D6. You got an 8, didn't you?
Yeah. Success.
So
but
that's
not a crit
success with
success.
no extra stress.
Oh, hold on. What's the command for rolling a dice and roll 20?
You could do slash, it's,
I think it's
forward slash roll space 1d6, or
Okay.
on the left hand side there's the picture of the d20.
Yeah,
You
that's
can just highlight the dice you want there.
There you go.
Ouch. Ouch. Right. Your cleaver goes right through his armor, which is fairly thin to begin with. They're wearing sort of boiled leathers. And your cleaver just sinks into his shoulder. The arm that's holding the truncheon is just sort of limbering up, ready to take a swing. And as he goes to take the swing, this cleaver out of nowhere kind of comes thunk right into the meat, and the hand goes numb and nerveless, and he drops the cleaver instantly. I kind of slumps to his knees with this dead arm that he's just sort of cradling. The gout of blood goes out of his shoulder.
So I worry the war cleaver a little bit as I yank it out of his shoulder, and I go, move again and you feed Charnel tonight.
The other one has a hyena attached to his buttocks and is being very cautious about moving because Ged has kind of fastened his jaws around his hip and his buttocks and is kind of looking over at you. On a command, he will tear this guy's hip off.
That's like, hold for a moment, Ged. These 3 drow are here to help their people. We have some questions to ask you.
But first, what lesson have we learned today? What happens when we rob people?
This has never happened before when I've robbed people.
Well, take this as an important life lesson. It might happen again. Who knows? Okay?
I told you I had assassins.
Remember to rob the Alfir, not the drow.
No, it's not. No, it has. All
right. What do you want to know? Just don't.
I hold
don't
him
let
towards
him kill me.
Yeah. Hold him
It's
towards.
simple. Brother Hellion and his daughters came down here earlier tonight. Where did they go?
They meet over that side.
Do I see where he's pointing?
Yeah, he's sort of thumbing in the direction to a corner of the warehouses. Says,
when did they show up tonight?
They haven't yet. But that's the Avalanche's patch. You don't want to go there.
Why?
Because he will fall down on you like 1,000,000 tons of freezing cold death.
Tell me more. How many men are in there?
Look, I don't know for sure. I just get paid to sort of patrol the area, make sure that nobody comes in. It's Avalanche. He's one of Winter's, and he protects the little one.
The little one.
Yeah, like there's a smaller drow. I think she's Icicle, but I'm not sure. Now, you've heard of Icicle. She's one of Mr. Winter's enforcers. But she's not the enforcer that comes out and does the brutal damage. That's Avalanche's job. She's the one that talks to you nicely and then you do what she says.
Interesting. So Avalanche and Icicle are in there, and that's where Brother Hellion comes to meet them. How often does Hellion come down here?
Once a week, once a fortnight, whenever he's told to, whenever he has a decision to make.
All right. So this can go one of 2 ways. You can forget that you ever saw us. You can go get bandaged up. And you get to live, at least for a while.
Put me down. We're out of here. We're gone.
Oh.
If I hear that my name or the names or appearances of any of my friends
Mister, I don't even know your name.
That's for the best. Run away and fuck off.
Okay. I'm going to gently put him on the ground, and when he gets up, I'm going to bonk him on the head. Not like lethally, but just enough to be like, and then I'm going to, just as I walk when we whacking my finger, very like,
You bonk him on the head with your lance and wag your finger at him while him and his mate pick up the third guy.
Yeah.
And sort of escort him off. He's very much in a bad way.
Do the eyes.
So it looks like you've beaten Hellion here.
So I think maybe at this point, unless we want to go toe-to-toe with Winter's crew right now, which I don't like the sound of, maybe we lay a little ambush for Brother Hellion and find out exactly what his relationship is with Mr. Winter.
Rex
What do you
is
think
like
about it, Rex?
a little bit deflated at that. Oh, well, we obviously can't go head to head with them. Oh, okay. No.
I mean,
Okay, I'm going
Admiral,
to take a brief pause there because we want to do a giveaway because
Oh, okay.
tonight is actually our Twitch anniversary.
Yeah.
One
Sorry,
whole
Yay.
year of
Dun,
Garblaggy goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Twitch. Obviously, we've been running for longer than that because you can go back on YouTube and track us back sort of 3-4 years. But yeah, we've been on Twitch for a year, growing and growing. Thank you very much to everybody who's helped us with that. So as a little thank you, we would like to do a giveaway. We would like to give away a $25 drive-through RPG voucher. And we're going to set up a Nightbot ambush lance.
Yeah, the ambush.
It's a bit wordy,
Yeah.
but it's a clever play on words. Now I'm torn.
It's too hard to spell.
That's just playing games with me, Ben. Usually, I'm torn. On the one hand, it's really stupid, but on the other hand, it kind of is awesome.
I think we'll just go with Lance. So we're going to go with hashtag Lance. Don't type it in just yet. Let's let Nightbot get all set up and ready to go. So it's going to be hashtag. I'm going to put a slash in. You don't put the slash in. Lance, like so. If you want to be in it to win it, a $25 drive-through RPG voucher. What you're going to need to type into chat in just a second is hashtag Lance. So do that now. Hashtag Lance.
God, I could really do with the
Sadly,
$25 gift certificate from Drive-Thru RPG.
Yes, but we're not
Unfortunately-
allowed to take part because
No.
that's the rules.
I used to work at a school and there was this one
Oh,
kid who
very
thought he was
sad.
the big I am and he was well
Oh, people
hard
are
and
putting
really
the slash
tasty.
in.
No, don't put the slash in. Take the
Not
slash
the
out,
slash,
please,
the
forever.
hash.
Please, forever
Not the
1974. Take the
slash.
slash out.
No slash. So this kid who
Remember,
really
folks.
thought he was super hard and he'd bowl it around the school like he was a right gangster. One day I looked him up and his middle name turned out to be Lance.
Wow.
That was priceless. Every time after that he started giving it the hard man and talking like he was a yardy gangster. I'd be like, what's that, Lance? Sorry, didn't quite catch that.
I worked with a chap who liked to think he was street and he wanted everyone to call him Chiz to show how street he was. His name was Charles.
What?
Oh, Chiz
And
isn't
that-
I don't think that's a name or a word.
No,
It sounds like they're trying to say cheese.
I was thinking, did
Or
they want to go
Chisel.
with
It might have been
Chaz?
short for Chisel.
They didn't quite want to be
Ooh,
Chaz.
we would have loved Chisel. Oh, yeah. But no, it's Charles. Hello, Charles.
So there we go. We've got a couple of entries ready to go. I
can enter if it'll help get the numbers up. I
Oh,
don't
that's
mind.
very good of you. You're very kind.
I'm trying to
Thanks.
tell my one friend what drive-through RPG is. Give me a
Hang on,
moment.
let me find the actual.
I love it.
Oh, no, no.
If
I
they
want
won,
someone to win it who doesn't know what
Yeah.
they've won. That's just the best.
I have £25 in whatever the fuck this thing is.
I don't
Whatever
know.
the fuck this is.
Drive through Jello. I wasn't really listening.
Well,
So there is the affiliate
It's
link.
a website that sells RPG things.
well,
so-
yeah, you have to go in person and it's a drive-through
Right.
like a McDonald's.
Exactly, yes.
Drive
you have to
through
drive.
rocket-propelled grenade. Why would
You
why
have
would
to
I-
drive
why would
your
I
car
want
there on
that?
the
No.
wrong side of the road, mind you, and just stop.
It's
and
totally
wait
the
for them to
right
give
side
you
of the road.
The stuff. The wrong side. We drive on the right side.
Can
You
I,
guys drive
No,
on
you
the-
drive on the left side. That's the wrong side.
Wait.
That's definitely.
No, we
No,
drive
wait.
on the left
No.
side. That's the right side.
You're
Can
trying to
I-
fuck with me.
Could I,
No,
could
I
have
don't know
a-
my left from my right. I'm the incompetent one here.
The
Right,
only
can I have
only
a-
has one road and it only goes one way round, so it's fine. It's
Roll
safe.
it, Pete. Roll it. Let's let the robot make its life choice.
Could I have
No,
a,
it's not
could I have
US. These are
a 3.5 edition? What you want? You want Blades in the Dark?
I'd like
Hey,
some.
look at that. Good job you took that slash out, please, forever.
I'll be right back.
Imagine if you'd left that slash in. You would
Holy
be
shit.
Embarrassing.
distraught right now. Instead, You have won a $25 drive-through RPG voucher. Shout at his garblaggy goodness and demand your monies. In fact, send him a message that says, "Show me the money," all in caps. And we will ensure that that happens to you. Congratulations. Use our affiliate link, which is there in case anybody wasn't sure and missed it the first time round. That will lead you through to the Garblag bit of the drive-through RPG store. You can still get all of the same stuff. We just get a little nod and a wink from drive-through RPG when it happens. Know what I mean? Right, so meanwhile, in the Vermisian...
Hey, we don't get a tea break.
You want to have a tea break? You can go and have a tea break. Go and get yourself a cup of tea.
I could go while you take your tea break.
Okay, we can go to the Vermisian. I'm ready.
We don't do tea.
All right. Oh, he's... Oh, God.
Yes! Yes, I love it.
I have to wear the proper attire for entering the locked stack.
Oh, it's the best.
It's also wear a hat day here in the UK. So here
It's not in costume. It's wear a hat day to work at the Vermisian.
I love that your backdrop is literally the DC Metro where I grew up.
It is the Metro. That's interesting, Patty. We did not know that.
That's like, I mean, I didn't grow up in the Metro, but like shit,
that would have been much cooler.
That ceiling, so iconic, so iconic. I love it.
It's not that iconic. We have 2 or 3 of those in London as well.
It's like home. Oh well, whatever.
You can have them in Glasgow.
Oh, don't be silly. You don't have roofs in Glasgow.
They do in the sewer.
All right, so in the Vermisian.
Hello. Yes.
Time space goes a bit wibbly wobbly when you walk into the station and up the side of the wall.
It's a wibbly wobbly bookie wookie kind of thing.
You're kind of designed for this place, though, so you understand how it works. You know its quirks and its rules. You know when to step off the wall onto the floor.
Oh, it seems perfectly normal.
When to step over the radioactive toads.
Ah. Hey, Toads, you okay? Good. Carry on.
Hop, skip, and a jump over the poison spike trap. And you make your way to the hidden stacks. They kind of defy description. As you enter them, you're getting this strong library vibe, but at the same time, it's also a grimy PI's office with little metal trays that slide out, little manila folders inside.
Ooh. I have to resist the urge to look through them all. It's like, ooh, so many secrets, but I must not.
So they flick backwards and forwards from these sort of manila folders to little library cards. At one point, they become a stack of these hard, plasticky, square boxes that you're not familiar with.
Oh. What is this? A little flicky door thing?
Yeah, it's got a little flicky door thing. And all sorts of
weird.
Excitement.
I'm going to put
but
that
then they're
back.
library cards again.
Okay, I'm going to snag one as it goes past, and I'm going to write on the fact of the existence of Treads on Ash, the orderly, and all of the pertinent details, where he lives, stubble on the chin, and then I'm going to just release it to go disappear off somewhere into the filing system. And mechanically,
you drop it into the files and it shuffles itself in. It's like a deck of cards going over itself and wrapping around, curling away into L space as it goes.
Bye-bye.
You're starting to get that non-Euclidean headache that happens when you spend too long in the Vermisian.
It's when you look into the distance, it's when it really starts to hurt. Okay, I will wave goodbye to the little fact. Bye-bye. And then I will leave, walking backwards, but also sideways.
Like a crab.
Or a lobster that's very drunk.
I believe there was something else you wanted to do while you were.
Yes, while I'm here, I will change my hat. Oh, this one is too small. This is a silly hat. I will go back to the beret.
It's much more sensible.
Yes, this is a much more sensible virtual hat. I like the way it waggles when I do my eyebrows. And I would like to research the magics that maybe are in Bedlam. I would look through some of my favorite books. Magic is one of my things. I like to research it. I haven't quite managed to get any to work, but you know, maybe one of these days.
Okay, so that's an investigate and academia roll. I believe that might just be your specialism.
It's kind of my strong point, yes. So this will be the 3 or the 4, because I'm in the Vermisian. I think it's 3. Let's see how much Roll20 doesn't like me today.
It does not like you a lot, it would seem. So you take a point of mind stress.
Ah, my brain!
As you open up a book that pertains towards the history of the Bedlam Hill Hospital. And the inside of the book is this sort of pink plasmic blob hole that is simultaneously 3-dimensional and 0-dimensional. It both sucks you in whilst pushing you out at the same time. It pulsates in a rhythm that is exactly 0.2 of a beat off of your own heart, causing your heart to speed up, but then it slows down, causing you to have like minor heart palpitations. Your left eye feels like it's in your right eye socket. Your right eye feels like it's in your ear.
Well, that was horrible.
Something unusual has happened to the magic in that place. How much mind stress have you got at the minute?
4. But I have buffers.
Okay.
Fortunately.
I'm just thinking about rolling for Fallout.
Did you say
Sitting
Fallout?
there with the
Like
dice.
Extreme Diesel Shop runs on Thursday?
I did indeed say Fallout. Where's the Fallout rule?
As we're playing, Ben is just sitting at the corner. They've got their dice and they're just waiting, like with the Fallout dice. Like, it's just here when you need it, in case you need it.
It's like page 13 to 15, Ben.
So it is. I've gone past it twice. Good skills, me. Good skills. So each time you take, it's each time you take stress. I thought it was only when you built up a certain amount. Right. So 5. You currently have 4, I believe.
Yes.
So you do not suffer any fallout. All is good.
Everything is fine.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
So yeah, you feel your brain push back against it. That horror itself is a little bit of a clue to you. This is supposed to be a book about the inside of the hospital, and inside the book there's horribleness.
Okay, so the horror is all the way through the fabric of reality. That's quite awful. Do I have any idea what might do this? Can I call on... I have a bond with a fellow Vermisian academic who...
You do, don't you?
Also works in the vault. Maybe because my brain is hurting, I would like to talk to somebody else.
What's your refresh?
My refresh is to uncover hidden information.
Okay. So you want to call on your bond,
My bond.
which you may do.
Yes.
So you kind of stagger around the station slightly drunkenly until you find your bond, who is...
Shilatek Duncourt.
And they're an expert in what?
Demonology.
Oh.
So Shilatek pops their head out of a small dark alcove through a pair of red velvet curtains. They've got like some yellow paint daubed on their face.
Hello, how is it going?
What's the matter?
Well, my brain hurts because I'm trying to look at the magics of, do you know, Bedlam, the hospital?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, here, I will roll out the map, and here it is, and you can see from the warping of time, there's something very wrong. There's a tear to the Vermisian, and also into So all of this is terrible, or maybe really interesting.
I don't think that's a
know, maybe
Vermisian tear. I think that might be a heart tear. It looks like a Vermisian tear.
Okay, but it's
because the Vermisian is a tear into the heart. I think that might be a direct heart bleed.
Oh, and so
Otherwise, we'd be having crazy people popping up in the Vermisian left and right.
More than usual, yes. Wink. Oh, I'm not meant to say it. Damn. Okay, so into the heart. So if there was to be magics there, what would you suspect would be there? Would it be, I don't know, blood magic?
Well, the Vermisian was created when they tried to use it to punch the energy of the heart through a transit system. So presumably someone's trying to use the energy of the heart to do something in there.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
And if they've opened enough space to get a hole, then they've done something. I don't know, that would take harvesting, blood magic, sacrifice, big sacrifice to get that much energy to open up.
Well, I'm fairly sure they have consistently been being truly appalling to many drow for some time now. Would that suffice?
Only for a small hole. A tiny little rip. They might be able to channel a little bit of heart energy out to be able to use it to power something.
Okay.
But not a lot. If they wanted to get more, they'd need to do a big sacrifice.
Big sacrifice. How many people would be big?
I don't know the maths on this one.
Would I know? My specialty is in blood magic, so.
I would be a bit disturbed if they were like, oh, actually, yes, there's somebody did a calculation on
Hang on.
this a couple years ago.
Make an investigate an
There's a
academia
conversion
roll
chart that was
there.
like how many rabbits to how many chickens, and it grows out. So you only need this many.
Perhaps an arena's worth.
Well, this is what I'm wondering.
How again? How great would that be? I mean, it'd be horrifying. Just like,
I'll take
need
a
about
nice.
10, please, Ben.
Yeah, but
Even
this-
just a fight in the arena wouldn't be enough based on your calculations. It would take like some kind of massive mass conflict situation to be able to get enough of a blood sacrifice together to transfer a hole. And you'd need to have some kind of link between the hole in the hospital and what you were trying to do in the arena. You need some kind of sympathetic or causal link between the two.
Like an army of dolls.
Like an army of automata.
Yeah, I suppose if you had a whole bunch of people that had all been affected by the small hole, and then you sacrificed them all at once,
Yep.
that might do it.
Okay, well, that is appalling. Thank you. Yeah.
But if you had that could be very, very bad. I mean, I know we're in Derelictus as it is, or the arena's in Derelictus, but that could drive the whole of Derelictus into the heart, the whole level.
Yeah.
The spire would
Go down.
go down, or the heart would go up.
Go up.
If the spire goes down, then what happens to the top?
Well, maybe that is not so bad. But if
But
the heart
Derelictus would be screwed.
Yeah, so in no way is this ever going to be a good thing.
Well, there are thousands of people in Derelictus.
Yes, and okay, this is very interesting. Gosh, well, thank you. We should do drinks sometime if we're still here.
Yeah, can't right now. I've got a new jabby gin demon,
Oh, you got one. Oh, well
a
done.
little one.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a start.
I was about to say, how crap would it be if it's just like the curve was a little bit more, and it's like, come on, get back to the party, and it's just like, yeah, I can't hang right now. I've got never mind. Let's go.
So that is the pharmacien.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to go put some ice on my brain, and then I have to go find my friends.
Meanwhile, back at the creche, not your creche, the creche where you grew up, little warm sense of nostalgia. You get a pungent smell of mushrooms and rodents. As you go in through the door, there are little drow children running around, stick fighting with each other, climbing on top of things and jumping off of them.
It is unfortunate that I'm bringing such an odoriferous and malignant individual such as this into such a pleasant and nostalgic location. By the way, I have my my guard thoroughly gagged and roped up and just dragging him by a chain, more or less at this point.
I like
Maybe it wasn't that case when we were out in the open streets, but as soon as we got closed doors, I'm like,
no. I imagine they just saw a midwife doing that. We're like, well, he clearly did something wrong. We're not getting involved. Nobody fucks with the midwives. It's
you guys see that?
justified.
No, I did not see that midwife dragging that man along with a chain.
And neither did you, if you know what's good for you.
indeed.
When she hears that you've arrived, she of the long legs sachets down the stairs from where she's been up teaching the older drow. Darling, have you brought me something?
I have. May Ishkra's cocoon cradle you. This is a traitor to our kind.
She looks right down her nose at him.
But a useful one, perhaps.
And why is
One
he
that
here?
He knows the inner workings of Bedlam. We've extracted what information we can, but if you had any further purposes for such an individual, that would certainly be something perhaps that you could take advantage of. We anticipate, hold on for one moment. And I kind of bring him over, and I guess, oh goodness, maybe I already had like little earplugs in him, but like either way, I make sure that he's not listening for what I'm about to say. We've extracted information that we could in order to potentially infiltrate Bedlam at a later date. It seems that there are. It would be a disservice to say that these forces are horrendous to the gravity of the matter, which is to say, what they are doing in Bedlam is far worse than we possibly have imagined. I don't know
Worse
how much
than taking drow off the street and locking them up?
If that's all you knew, then yes, far worse.
Perhaps we should retire to my office.
Perhaps. And what should we do with this one? If you would like, he can be in your custody. Otherwise, we can dispose of him. He serves no purpose to us.
We'll put him in the root cellar. And she clicks her fingers, and two male drow, utterly silent, walk over, pick him up by an arm each, and she says, to the root cellar with him.
Wise decision.
The temporary root cellar, not the permanent one. Walk this way. She glides effortlessly back up the stairs like Morticia Adams.
Hell yeah. I do my best at imitating her. It's basically what my character is. A slight imitation of her maternal figure. It works for the most part, but you know, perhaps.
So she has her office laid out, much like the private room in the club that you met her in the first time you all got together. So she closes the door and she pours you a glass of wine, pours herself one. Sit. She sits down behind the desk.
I sit and I sip.
One moment.
Not trying to get drunk.
And she turns to a small device behind her and she turns some dials. And you hear a high-pitched hissing sound that goes right up into the upper register of your hearing and then disappears. There, we can speak freely.
Bedlam is producing... They're using Drow to produce dolls, in-person things, automatons that act and look as if they were us. They're taking our base forms, removing any trace of individual identity, and dropping us back on the streets operationally.
That's disgusting.
Horrendous. Yes. It gets worse. They've opened a rift in time and space, and there's a bleed of the heart inside Bedlam itself. The person that I have brought you was a worker there, but no longer. I believe we are currently removing memory of him from existence, thanks to your wise decision to bring in...
Is the gift of the sages a useful power? We make liberal use of it in the ministry. It sounds as though this hospital is a lot more serious than the information I'd had, which explains why I've not had as much information as I would have hoped. Since we spoke last,
yes,
we've had a further development. We've identified that it's ministers that are being taken. There is an unnaturally high proportion of ministers being taken from the streets into the hospital.
None of this surprises me in the slightest. I would think that perhaps there is a traitor in our midst who is...
We've lost 3 cells in the last week alone.
The last week alone? There's certainly a traitor in our midst in that case.
So it would seem.
I have a question for you.
And
I have only recently... Sorry,
building anticipation, folks.
I have only
You didn't want to get drunk, but you took a big glass of wine.
Yeah, right. Oh, goodness, my character is dying now. I've only recently learned that you yourself is part of the ministry. Can I trust you?
You don't particularly have much choice,
yes.
if you'll forgive my saying so.
No, you're right. And I probably would have said this anyway. There is a midwife who was working inside Bedlam as a nurse, perhaps orchestrating the most terrifying and debauched of experiments upon our own. Have you any idea as to who this might be?
A current midwife?
Probably not, due to the fact that she works there full time.
So,
but
a former sister.
A former sister, yes.
They are few and far between.
Then perhaps you might help me in identifying them.
I will find out the names of any. Do you have anything more to go on for this woman?
All I know is that she is sadistic and that she is a full collaborator with the oppressive force.
Well, a little sadism in one's work does no harm. But if she's fallen from the sisterhood, then that is a much more serious matter, because that leaves our young vulnerable, and we will not stand for that to occur. I shall find out the names of any of our sisters who have strayed from the path.
And she had 4 arms.
A useful gift and a blessing from Ishkra that she was able to keep it
certain.
After falling from grace is very interesting. The goddess would not bless such as she.
Perhaps then you should look into those who haven't quite yet fallen from grace, but who are not present at all times or the,
Unless she had the arms and then fell and has managed to lock them in place somehow. That may do the job.
I would assume that that would limit your search.
It would.
To an
A
extent.
four-armed woman is easier to find than a two-armed one.
Indeed. And though it would worry me, we should not assume that she is fully fallen if that limits the search too much.
I shall put feelers out across the web and see what I can find.
It is very important. Well, there's far more to tell. I assume my character probably relays everything that we've learned to she of Long Legs, with exception to perhaps our next movement plans and where we're planning on meeting.
One eyebrow arches significantly. You attempted to tackle all three tasks at once.
They are interconnected, much like
ambitious. Probably the only reason you found some of these connections. I chose wisely.
To be sure. You did, indeed. We work well as a team. It is, the combination of our strengths that brings us into such knowledge. Samedi was particularly prudent in deciding not to act before learning more of the forces we are contending with, and I appreciate you bringing me into contact with every single one of them. Rex has been instrumental in the infiltration of the.
Infiltration, Rex.
Yes, you wouldn't think, but he's actually far better actor than he certainly seems to be at face value. And all the other participants in this have been crucial to the unearthing of these very important details. We have much to thank you for, but we also have jobs to do, and I appreciate you're doing yours.
Jobs that you are doing very, very well. Find out more. Let me know. If you can interfere, please do. Stop anything you can stop. If you feel that you are outmatched or outnumbered, do feel free to call for support or assistance. Where possible, try to turn our enemies against one another, if you can.
It's
cheaper.
I concur. One thing of note, one final thing, perhaps. The arena today very well may be a test run of the things that we've seen them turn ministers into, the dolls. We believe that there is some degree of coordination between the three powers that you've mentioned. Bedlam, the landlords, and the cult of the gun. All three very well may be present at today's arena event, and I do not think that it will be one that one ought to be in the audience of. Seems rather gruesome, from what I can tell. There'll be
you may find yourselves needing to be present. Do what you must, whatever it takes. If you can get someone into the hospital, do it.
We will. Anything further that you would have me do now?
You are already doing more than I could have hoped.
I thank you greatly.
You have served the ministry well. I will not keep you. You must get back to your companions and continue the good work. Remember, where you can, turn them against one another. These kinds of alliances are built on fragile mistrusts lies and promises that often cannot be fulfilled. Uncover the lie behind each one, and they all come tumbling down.
Your input is highly considered and appreciated, madam. And I would bow and make myself scarce.
Turns off the noise thing from behind you.
He's yours, by the way. He doesn't have to live.
He may not, but he will wish that he wasn't for a much longer while.
Indeed. His carrion is fresh.
Well, soon he will feed the mushrooms, but before then he will feed us information.
Good.
You really must come back next weekend. Some of the children are doing a recital.
Oh, I do love recitals. Is it one of the traditional songs?
Of course.
Oh, marvelous. The ones that we were taught by you when we were young. I can't miss it.
The very same.
Oh. Exquisite. I do love hearing the children sing the traditional drow songs, as opposed to those that the Alfea would have us sing. Warms my heart. Till next time.
Okay, back in the alleys and the warehouses.
Samedi turns to Lucian. Lucian, do you think you can use your skills to get inside of that warehouse and listen to what is being planned without being noticed? Blend in as one of them?
I really want to say yes, but I'm just remembering the last 5 minutes of me stealthing.
Well, don't go stealth. Do it your way.
Yeah.
Put on the appropriate mask.
Yes,
if you can do that, then perhaps Rex, instead of ambushing Brother Hallion, why don't you introduce me to him?
Oh.
As someone with information that may be of use to him. Let's try to find out exactly what his link is to Mr. Winter before he arrives there.
Okay.
Are the ruffians still in a pile nearby?
Well, they ran off.
They've run off.
They've gone. Okay.
Limped off. Okay.
But the shoulder armor from one of them is still there on the floor. It's been the buckles and straps holding it in place were slashed apart by the cleaver that Samedi used. And it sat there with a little bit of blood on the outside of it, looking conveniently mask-like. You think a little bit of a change and you could make it serviceable.
Yeah, I would like to think that because I need to try and blend in a bit more than I currently am.
Okay, so I would like you then to make a deceive check. It would be deceive and crime, but you don't have crime. So make a deceive check.
No, 5.
5 is a failure, so you take some stress. So I'm going to ask you to take some.
I have an idea.
Mind stress, as you're getting a little bit frustrated.
Okay.
At that not working, because you had this idea in mind and it just won't do it.
What if?
How much stress have you got at the minute?
How is it measured? I was a bit confused by the.
So
when I first looked at it.
If it says on your character sheet you get a certain amount of stress. So like for example, like my armor has like stress 4, right? Every time it takes stress, I take 1 point off of the armor. So like I get punched or something really hard, then my armor goes down to 3.
Right, because when I first looked at my shadow had like 4 ticks on it, and I was like,
yes.
Right.
So
because I
each
should have
time
done
you
that
lose
through.
shadow stress, you will lose it from there.
Yeah. But the reason you have that is because shadow is your, like, how seen you are. And it makes sense because you're like a sneaky...
But how much mind did you have?
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I
that's
only
a good
had one
question.
spot on it, and I just clicked a second because I thought it was going up to 2.
Okay, so you've only got one stress then that counts. So you don't add to it, you take it away. And you don't take any fallout from that.
Okay.
You're fumbling with this shoulder pad, trying to make it into a mask. It's not worked out the way you'd hoped.
What if we pretended that someone was trying to get them and they kind of panic, and then like we come in to save one of them, like from one of us pretending to be a killer, and it's like, run away, I'll save you, we're protecting you, kind of thing. Because then they'd be suspicious of each other because they'd be wondering who called the hit out.
I thought you
Right.
wanted to find out what they were doing, though.
But then we'll be in their good
So you think if
graces.
I was to attack them and then you chase me off?
Damn it, voice in my head. Why are you so smart? That's why Rex is so smart. Somebody I've got Jiminy Cricket on my shirt. Oh.
It is possible that we could leverage the fact that no one knows that Brother Hellion is coming here to meet with Mr. Winter's lieutenants.
Yeah.
And if he gets ambushed, it'll make it sound like perhaps Brother Winter or someone in his organization is moving against him.
The reason, this is now nice speaking, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I have a feeling we're not going to be able to sneak it. I don't know, maybe you'll be really good, Aaron, but like I have a feeling this is not going to go well when we try and be like, okay, we're going to be really quiet and then like step on 20 twigs somehow in a warehouse.
Yeah, I don't think we want to sneak in. I just wanted to see if Lucian could get in, and then hopefully we would have hopefully Brother Hellion would invite us to accompany his.
Yeah, no, sorry, continue.
So that was what I was thinking, and that would be our way in.
I think a social element is going to be the smartest thing, because that's probably what we're all, well, not better at, but at least it'll be a bit easier, because then if they say, hey, you're not supposed to be here, we can go, sorry, governor, we'll just we'll bugger off then.
I was saying, like, if you introduced me, I could imply to Brother Hellion that, since this is my hunting grounds, I had heard that he was coming here to meet with Mr. Winter, and make it sound like, that he's being set up. And then we could try to ingratiate ourselves with him and maybe put a little wedge between him and Mr. Winter's crew.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I just wasn't sure how to approach it, but that seems like the most logical way to do it. Okay. Well, we'll probably have to approach him. We'll have to approach him a little bit ahead, so it doesn't look like kind of go around the bend a bit. So it looks like we didn't, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, I can definitely do that. Do you have another gun on you? They like guns. Do we have any guns?
I have a gun.
Okay, is your gun nice?
It's very small and discreet.
It's also very pretty.
Okay. Right, what are you wanting to do then, Lucian? If we're going to meet them, do you want to hide, or do you want...
suspicious if you try and introduce 2 people in? Should I...
Oh, no, I don't...
Back?
I don't think it would. The concern I have is that whoever his boss is going to outright say, no, you cannot bring 3 people, only one of whom you met yesterday and on the secret meeting. So I kind of want to have like a backup person just to be there already. Yeah, so we can kind of, like I totally agree with Aaron's plan. Like we go in, we say, hey, we know what's going on here, and see if that kind of gives us a leg up if it fails, because it could, if we've got a backup plan, which is you just being there.
Okay, I can hang back and
pretend
to be on an errand for some other
no, I
need to be.
No, I know. I'm just concerned now though, because it means you'll be on your own. And,
Be fine.
and that's when the door closes, we just hear really loud screams and the sounds of gunshots, and it's like, oh, I hope he's okay. Oh,
Well,
But I'm
since
okay.
since Lucian doesn't feel like he can get in unaware, I mean, I could always try to sneak in through the roof and then you could just introduce Lucian as the informant.
Uh-oh. Now he's got bees.
No, I'll check on that later. It's fine. I'm sure
I'm
it's
sorry,
fine.
did you say bees?
Bees.
bees are a ghost.
Bees?
No, it
Ghost
wasn't a ghost.
bees.
It was something outside, but it's fine.
You can get ghosts outside. And bees.
True.
And ghost bees.
Ghost bees are the worst kind of bees, or the best kind of bees. You know what? I'm not going to judge. If you've got ghost bees, I'm very good. You should probably have live bees, though. They're not doing so well. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Yes.
So I could try to sneak back up onto the roof of the warehouse and lay in wait to try to hear what's going on. You could introduce Lucian as your informant, who says that there are elements within Mr. Winter's organization that are going to be moving against Brother Hellion to replace him and put one of their own lieutenants behind the pulpit. And then you could accompany him and Lucian into the meeting while I listen from the rafters. And then if all hell breaks loose, we find our way out.
Okay, yeah, no, that I was gonna say, this adds to plan. What if I say like, oh, I'll come as as a bodyguard, just to be on the safe side. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yes, if that's okay with you, then if you stealth up
Absolutely.
there, okay. Right then, we shall loop around. Lucian, what you need to do, right? I know it's gonna be tough, but bear with me. You need to look like a twat and like put your gun on your person, but like you're showing it off. Like, yeah, I've got a gun. So like try and get your like gun, like maybe put it on like your front or like holster it. Like just look like you're trying to show off that you have one, because they like that.
Okay.
Like, and you've got to really like show it off, you know, like, yeah, flaunt it.
I'm imagining my gun is like a Derringer, right?
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
think
what
it's
I'm
more
saying.
of a
It's gonna be
dueling
bit hard.
pistol.
Oh, is it like a
Oh,
dual-
really?
It's a dueling
Okay.
pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
Oh,
basically
okay.
made off with one of the master's nice dueling pistols when you left your old job.
Oh, excellent.
Oh,
Then. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
we'll
you
be
got this
fine.
gorgeous filigreed wooden
That's nice to show
spectacular.
off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect then. Yeah.
Try
Just
and
have that.
Shift out so
yeah.
it's on show.
Yeah, just put your holster outside the.
You're rocking the full-on
Cowboy.
stand and deliver spectacular.
Exactly. Well, it's just, I assume that's the kind of like they respect that more as a kind of message than words. It's like, yeah, this guy's cool.
Okay, so Aaron,
I'm
if you
buttoned
could
the top couple buttons
sneak
as well.
and crime your way up onto the warehouse.
Let's see what we can come up with.
It's double negative crime because you're doing crime against criminals. So does that make it justice? No.
Good effort. Good effort. I like it.
It's the Batman
So that's a
logic.
success with no stress, which is good. So you climb up a drainage pipe onto the roof of the warehouse and lay down, and Ged lays down next to you.
Okay, right. Right. Well, what we'll do is, I don't imagine we'll have to roll, but we're going to make it look like we're trying to catch up with him, if that makes sense. Like,
Okay.
rather than like, oh, we just bumped into it. Like, it's like, oh my God, we need to find him now. So maybe if we come from behind him,
Okay.
so obviously not like.
If one of you could make a deceive and low society roll, one of you two.
Yeah. A question: how good is your deceive and low
I
society?
have deceive. I don't have low society.
And I have low society and no steez. We're perfect. Can we combine
What a
ourselves now?
team up.
Yeah, I know. We'll both roll. It'll be fine. We'll both roll, and there we go. Hopefully, it will be good. Probably not. No, no.
So Lucian, you pick the perfect intercept route.
Okay.
You can actually
If we cut
before
through
if you want to, one person can aid another person as long as you have either the skill or the
Yeah,
domain.
that's
and
right.
add one
So-
extra dice. So you could actually be rolling 4 dice, I think.
So
or
instead
3
of
dice
Nye
if it's-
actually rolling that one, Leon, you can add an extra
Brother
dice in
Hellion!
case you get
Brother
a 10.
Hellion! It's me!
Okay. I'm kind of
Just-
quite happy with a 9, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't rock the boat with this. We're doing well now.
Well, yeah, even adding his 1, yeah, that's 8. Okay, so you intercept Brother Hellion as he's entering the warehouse district, and he doesn't look super happy. He's only got one of his daughters with him. She's got her shotgun out and in her hand and is on very high alert. The other daughter is with a coach, like a, not palanquin, what are they called? Rickshaw style coach
Interesting.
with another drow member of the church holding the rickshaw, just sort of leaning on it, having a bit of a rest after having pulled them here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's approaching through the street. He's got his hands on both of his guns. His daughter's got her shotgun out. And your intercept course brings you out behind them, even though you're coming from in front of them.
Okay. I'll assume that this is kind of the assist. Is like I'm gonna get the Brother Hellion. Brother Hellion, it's me.
So he turns around and draws both guns, and the daughter brings up her shotgun, ready to.
I will also.
I'm gonna draw my.
Yeah, no, but like obviously we're doing it like yeah, we're not actually gonna shoot, but like.
Oh, no, they were actually going to shoot.
No,
and
I
then
know.
They recognize you.
Yeah, but we're doing. Yeah, I'm just trying to sell the.
Tarnation, boy! I damn near shot you.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. It's I got news of about the deal that you're about your boss. This is my friend here. I'm gonna gesture to you.
Here.
Yes. He's well. He's a bit dodgy, right? But he comes in useful, and he's got a gun because he has dug up some stuff about this guy, Mr. Winters, and like he's like, I don't want to talk out of turn because I mean you might be employed to him, but apparently he's got this like. He's found like a new hench person, so to speak, and he's talking about like getting rid of someone. And I was sitting there thinking, why are you telling me this? And then he tells me, sorry, my friend here could probably do the talking, but I'm going to speak quickly. Then he tells me that the person that he's bumping off to replace is this guy with 2 like fucking awesome guns. So I'm sitting here thinking, who do I know who has 2 awesome guns? And then he says he's got 3 lovely daughters. And then I'm sitting here thinking, well, who has 2 awesome guns and 3 lovely daughters? And then it hits me. So I grab him and we like him right here. And then we head over as quick as we can to find you so that you don't get whacked.
It's true here.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay. Good to
I
know.
love this so much.
All right. Well, you've done good, but I don't see them taking me out.
Well,
But
how so?
maybe you could come along,
Yeah, well, as I want to be here, as muscle,
meet the people.
Exactly.
Yeah, you done me a kindness here.
Could be lieutenants in his organisation trying to jockey for position, maybe. Maybe
Could
not
be,
coming
could
straight
be.
from the top.
Well, look here, take this, and he hands you a handful of bullets
Oh.
and claps you on the shoulder.
I honestly love this guy. This guy's like such a pansy, but I fucking love him.
Put them in my pockets.
You done a good job.
For
Thanks.
later.
Now I jingle when I walk. Now I'm really stealthy.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not coming with us.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. Don't worry. I just,
No, I mean you're coming with us. He can't come with us.
Oh.
I don't know him. I trust you.
Oh, okay. No, I get. Scram, you've done your job. And then, like, you see in my eyes, I'm going, I'm so sorry. Yeah, get out of here. Go.
Okay, I'm gonna take that hint.
Some people they don't catch the.
I'm
they
gonna
don't catch
wander
the drift.
back whatever way we went to come from them.
Let's get the
up,
blast
to
on you
get
here.
behind them. I'm gonna try and run around the other way
Okie dokie.
to still head towards there, but not be in sight.
Right now, what did he call you last week, Nye? Brother?
Oh shit! Yeah, he gave me like he actually like practically baptized me.
He did,
'Cause
didn't
he
he?
gave me
Called
like
you,
a name.
Brother
Oh,
Blaster or something.
I think.
Wasn't that?
Ah,
It was cooler than that. Oh, Brother
No,
Lagrange. That's what he called
oh,
you.
because
Brother
I'm
Lagrange.
using a Lagrange.
Brother
That's it.
Lagrange, if you want to come too,
Yes,
you got
of
my
course.
back. Trust me.
Yes.
Yes, I'll just run alongside this. I'm a big guy. There won't be enough
The
room,
rickshaw's
so-
been left behind.
Oh, okay. Oh well, there we go. then.
They
We're
are
all
just
good.
walking up at this point.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Okay, that's
Now,
fine.
don't say anything that makes you look stupid. The people we're going to talk to, they're not great people. We're taking their
I'll just
money.
nod.
We're taking their money. We're building the church. When we don't need them anymore, well, then we'll reassess things. But I ain't
Okay.
getting replaced. Ain't going to find someone with a voice like this.
Of
How
course.
smarter
not.
than he lets on.
Who, me or him?
Yes.
Not you.
Okay.
So, Leon, you're kind of going parallel to them through the warehouses. Every so often you see them go past, and after they've gone past, you dart across. And Aaron, you hear them approach the warehouse, and as they do, the front shutter rolls up. It's some kind of metal affair on a roller, and it rolls up, and out steps this huge elf here. Just absolutely massive elf-ear guy with snow white skin, wearing the furs of some kind of huge Arctic animal around his neck. He's covered in these thick blue tattooed bars. And in his hands, he's got what looks to be some kind of pick, but not like a mining pick. This is clearly a pick for smacking people's heads in with, a two-handed one. And next to him is a slender drow who is utterly monochrome white, head to toe. Her hair is white, her skin is white, her eyes are white. She's wearing a figure-hugging blue velvety dress affair that is sparkling slightly in the dim light. And behind her hair, just as her hair moves, you can catch the crossbars of a back holster of some kind. And the two of them step outside just as Brother Hellion approaches. So you've got a perfect listening point for whatever they say to one another.
I'm just reaching over, petting Ged, got my ears open, grinning maniacally.
So now you also see these two people as you approach, and the big elf here kind of looks you up and down as you approach with a sneer on his face, because his mask only comes to here, leaving his chin exposed. He has a perfectly chiseled chin and the sneering mouth of an arrogant high elf, but his mask is a sort of domino mask affair that covers his forehead and the front half of his face, and is a stylized, what it looks like a wave of white across his face, like an avalanche. And he kind of hefts his pick as you get nearby up onto his shoulder, steps forward ever so slightly.
Just hand on my lap. No, I won't do that because that will say, yeah, that's hostility.
Brother Hellion lifts his hands up and says, "Peace, friends, peace. I'm here to meet. Just brought my new boy because he's shaping up good. He's going to be one of my lieutenants one day soon. He's a good boy. Needed to meet you all, see how we do business in these parts. This here's Brother Lagrange, one of the finest shooters in my force. And that's saying something. You know my beautiful daughter, of course. You can't tell if she's beautiful or not. She's wearing this huge, thick, grey cloak and a mask covering most of her face. You don't even know what she is underneath all of that. Yes, yes, we've met your daughter, says the woman in the dress, and your lieutenant now, to business. And she clicks her fingers, and another drow comes running out. It looks to be about 15. He's got a big bag of coins that's jingling as he runs. And he runs over to Brother Helen. He puts it on the floor near him and then runs back inside the warehouse. For this month's support, she says. Now, what do you have to tell me about Moon? And it says, well, like you said, she made a move. She made a play for us. She wants us on side. I think she knows that your man's behind this. I think she knows your man's the one supporting us. I think she thinks there's some ulterior motive. She doesn't realize that he's doing it to support the people of the district. A suspicious one, that. She sent her boy. They want us to go and take part in the arena. So I turned him down, of course. Well, you shouldn't have done that, says the woman. That was a mistake. However, it serves our purpose beautifully, because now you can go back and say that you've reconsidered, that we're treating you harshly, and that you're happy to engage with them in the arena. Because I would like to have you and your people and your guns there for the next couple of days. By all means, engage in whatever tawdry little displays they want to show. But 2 days hence, there's a show going down in the arena. And from what I understand, it could get quite messy. Now, we want to protect the people of Derelictus. And so we want you on hand so that if it does get messy, you can prevent anything from getting out of the arena. You and your people are to try and stop anyone or anything that tries to escape from the arena on the night they put on their ridiculous reenactment. Are we understood? And Brother Hellion says, well, you know we'll protect the people. That's what we do. Happy to help. We'll protect whoever we can in whatever way we can. Excellent. Our leader is keen that the people of Derelictus see him as the one they can trust, not the others, particularly not Moon, especially in this area. If we can drive Moon to the arena and then collapse her empire from within, then this becomes a 2-horse race and we shall have 2/3 of the territory. Do you think you can do that for us? Every word she says is just laced with menace. But you want to do what this woman says because you can hear the threat in her voice as she says it.
I
like her already.
I use my sizing up ability, and it's like very low for Avalanche. Then as soon as I look over to Icicle, it's like zoom.
No, he's actually the best one to pick a fight with.
Oh yeah.
If you really want to kick things off, he's the best one to pick a fight with.
Okay.
I mean, she's tasty, but she's not the best combatant there.
Yeah, but she's
If you wanted to start some real trouble, picking a fight with her would be the way to go about it. But Avalanche would be the one that would come wailing in.
Exactly.
And ice pick you in the back of the head.
Oof. Okay.
Proper Trotskying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Perhaps get your new attraction here involved in their little games, if he's as good as you say. Hellion's face just kind of lights up and says, genius! Yes! Yes, she said they need someone for that. Yes, I know exactly. Yes, got it. That's a fantastic plan. Boy, you want to be an arena star?
Oh, it has been my dream since I was just a little drow.
How'd you fancy being the hero of Farnajab?
Oh, that would. I told you I served, and it's such a perfect recreation of events. Yeah. Woo. I'm selling it.
You know, you even have the right kind of gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they tell me.
They say that the legendary commander in Farnajab carried a Lagrange rifle just like this one.
You don't say. He was my hero. So tragic how he came to his end. A true hero. I'm trying so hard not to vomit.
What do you mean?
Well, like he was like, didn't he kill a bunch of gnolls? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah.
like most of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. He fired and he kept firing and he kept firing and he reloaded and he fired some more.
Exactly.
But then afterwards, he was rewarded with a noble title and lands in the north.
Oh. Oh. Sorry, where I'm from, when people say they went up north, it means dead. I didn't know it had a positive
no, they say that
connotation.
Stone Strikes Dawn was raised to great high office in the Elfir homelands.
See, sorry, this is entirely my fault. Where like a lot of people I'm around, they say, "Oh well, so and so went up north," and I just always assumed that meant they died. My apologies.
You weren't to know. You weren't to know.
Dummy, big dummy me. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be you. You could be Stone Strikes Dawn. You can stand there and be the hero of Find the Jab. It'll be great.
I'd love it. It'd
be nice
so
to actually
great.
get a drow in the place of an Elfir for once.
Yeah, definitely. And anything, anything for a good fight. That's always what I say.
You'll definitely get a good fight. Well, pleasure doing business with you, ma'am, as usual, sir. And he reaches down, he picks up the bag of coin. He says, we'd best be off then. And they start to slope off back the way they came. Come on, boy.
Yep, no problem. Oh, piece of shit.
So, Aaron, you've heard all of this going on down below. Slightly different version of events from the one you're more familiar with.
Slightly different. But Samede will hold his place after they go back in and see if he can hear what they talk about when they go back into the warehouse, what they're actually talking about.
Well, when they go back in, you find a little air vent in the ceiling and you listen in. And they just, most of their stuff is just them bossing around people, moving some shipments around inside the warehouse. Icicle complains about how much she hates coming down to this part of town. It's so dirty. And one throwaway comment kind of catches your ear. They say something about making sure that they pay the doctor as well.
All right. When it looks like I'm not going to get anything more out of their conversations, I'll slip back off the roof and make my way back to our rendezvous point.
Okie dokie. So, a short while later, back at the rendezvous, you're all feeling a little bit sandy-eyed at this point. You've been up for hours, and you're kind of running on adrenaline and fumes.
Brothers, sisters, we've got quite an interesting tale to tell. But first, Nadir, did you find anything in the stacks in that twisted place you call the Vermissian?
Oh, you mean my home? My lovely home? Oh, yes. It is twisted as far as my brain hurts like I have attempted to make noodles out of my noodle, and it was not good. So I have some bad news, and no, I just have bad news. So yes, so you remember I said that there was a tear. So I consulted with one of the other Remissian sages who is more of an expert in these things. And they were saying that they think that this is a direct tear into the heart. And it's a little one, which is probably powering something. Maybe it's the locks, maybe it's the creation of the dolls. But she suspects that we are looking towards a larger blood sacrifice, and this chimes with my own researches. You may remember, and maybe if there is a sufficiently large blood sacrifice at, I don't know, some public place where lots of people all die at the same time. Any of this sound like it might be familiar soon? And if there is a link to the original tear. So if these automata maybe are part of the original energy and there's a link to them and there's this big sacrifice, then potentially, well, you know, the spire, maybe it sinks a little bit into the heart, or maybe the heart expands a bit up the spire and basically derelict is
Oh, doesn't
See.
sound good.
no.
We caught up with Hellion going to meet with Mr. Winter's crew.
Oh.
It sounds like he's been ordered to pull security at the arena in 2 days' time to make sure, and I quote, no one gets out of the arena.
Oh, but that sounds like someone has a plan that we don't like.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Ah,
So do you think, sorry, Rex, I did
No,
not mean to cut you off.
no, it's okay.
Nadir, do you think an entire arena full of people plus battle automatons would be enough to fuel this blood ritual?
Sounds like exactly what we're talking about.
Little blood abacus. On a good night or a bad night, oui, is possible.
Rex, didn't Hellion say that he was only in it with Mr. Winters for the money, and that he actually thinks that Winters is protecting the people? He doesn't really
Yes.
realize what's going on.
Yes, he's definitely well, I guess a patsy, because he genuinely believes that he's protecting the people, and I don't think he's realized that Mr. Winter is wanting to protect the people, so he has leverage over them. Which, I mean, even I can understand that concept, so that doesn't bode well for this individual's control over lots of guns and people who know how to use them. I think it wouldn't be too difficult to get some interpersonal rivalry going. I just think that to do so with the cult, we'd need to like give them an incentive. Like we'd need to find someone who's willing to pay them, because I think they just want money, which is simultaneously quite easy to do and quite hard to do. Also, I think I'm fighting in the games, which that's not ideal. So I guess I'm going to be dressing up as a guard and fighting in the games. So I don't. They're not happening at the same time, are they, Ben? Like it's not this evening, is it? No.
The games
Okay.
are 2 days hence.
Oh, that's fine. We'll probably have destroyed everything by then.
Definitely sounds like you
Well,
don't want to be in that arena.
It's important to note, Rex, after you left, I heard Icicle and Avalanche say they still had to pay the doctor as well. So I believe that this is all truly connected.
Okay.
Though they may all be playing one another against one another without
Mhm.
realizing it. I think sounds like we have 2 days to find a way to break Brother Hellion free of his relationship with Mr. Winters, or perhaps turn him against Mr. Winters, or perhaps even the asylum.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Weaves, were you
Weaves,
able to find
yeah.
anything out?
I put out the feelers, but no new news aside from that which we already assumed to be true.
The ministers, Pat, the ministers.
Yes. Well, I know, yeah, no, that goes along with what I was saying. Aside from that which we already assumed to be true. ... Bedlam is predominantly inhabited by not drow who have lost their minds, but ministers. It's us that they're turning into dolls.
Oh, this is terrible.
So there's someone within the ministry who is betraying other ministers.
Exactly.
It must be someone fairly highly placed, though, because I don't know any other ministers. Yes,
I only
Rex.
know
Well, I was going to say
Latvu and Shield Longlegs.
Well, what if
what if they have a way of finding us that we don't know? Doesn't necessarily have to be a spy. It could just be like they know like one of our, like they could have broken a code or something. I mean, they probably do have a traitor in their midst to do so, but like I don't, because like the scale, they'd have to like know everyone where everyone was all the time. Like, so yeah, you're right. They'd have to be super high up. And I'm pretty sure the higher up you get, the more likely you are to become sausages if you betray the ministry.
That is a very good point, Rex. Perhaps even they use some sort of magic.
Oh, or torture if they've got
Possibly.
previous, like, yeah, like it's a self-propagating system. Because if they've got, like, if they caught one minister and they told them about another minister who told them about another.
But that's why we stay compartmentalized. I don't know anyone outside of this cell. And she
That's
have long
true.
legs.
Nor I.
But regardless
you
of
guys
how
are a
they're
novice
finding us,
cell, whereas she of long legs would know her own cell
plus
and
others.
the cell that any other cells that work for her.
Oh, okay.
And her supervisor would know all of her cell and any other cells that work for them.
So
That is
theoretically,
a very bad cell setup. Yes,
well, but
really.
no, but theoretically, they could have just gotten like ridiculous, like they could have got ridiculous. This is now nice speaking. Sorry, they could have just got ridiculously lucky, caught one of the higher ranking one, like as I said, completely by accident, like, and then they've just gone, oh, fuck, okay, well, this is a gold mine. Where do we put them? Oh, there's that place where we torture people. Excellent. There we go. Two birds, well, like 4 birds at this point. They also turn them into dolls and get rid of the ministry.
That's a very
Lots of birds.
Bedlam needs to fall.
Yes.
No matter whether there's a traitor in our midst, no matter whether there's an arena putting on a gladiatorial match between us and us, doesn't matter. Bedlam needs to fall. And by the time that I have concluded my own research into this matter, I would hope that you join me in this. We need
absolutely.
to stop
Bedlam will definitely fall, but I don't think we can ignore the risk to all of the Spire and all of the Drow by letting this potential ritual at the arena go forward either.
Oh, no, we need to.
Oh, most assuredly not, yes. Bedlam will fall, but the arena, that will fall sooner.
Well, we need to also find out how they're getting information on us, because like the people there might know.
Well, the doctor is probably the most likely one to know.
Yeah.
So we pick them up on the way out and
so
take them for questioning.
So what do we want to do this evening? Do we want to sneak in tonight, or do we want to? Oh shit! Oh, Weaves, did you snag that guy's outfit, or do we have one lying around?
We've got plenty of them.
Oh, that's fine.
I would assume we have. Yeah.
We have many.
That would have been even.
Alden was able to find loads somehow.
That would be more disturbing if he's in his underpants as you're. Don't question it. Just it's a midwife.
I'm just walking him in his underpants, and he's got like the cutest fucking lingerie, right? And
I was gonna say he's got like the hearts on them.
Little shorts with hearts on.
Yeah,
we could scout out this evening.
I don't think this guy had cute.
Well, we have to do something because he's going to be. No, wait, no, you did your.
No, he will not be missed. He does not exist. Who are we talking about? I don't know who you mean.
So your wibbly woo went very good. Or you went very bad and your brain's squishy.
Do we get affected by that? So would it be that Nadir is the only person that actually knows that it was never a thing?
Oh shit! Oh no!
It will probably kind of ripple outwards.
Yeah. So
you'd probably be the last people to forget. In a couple of weeks, it won't matter to you.
Yeah.
While it's still something that you care about, it's easier for you to remember.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So, and if someone really wants to find out, then they will be able to unpick and rediscovers the fact of his employment and existence. But as
Okay.
long as no one is really looking,
Nobody's going to go
Yeah.
looking to find out where he is because they don't remember him being there. His
No.
employment records are all still there if there are employment records for him.
Right.
He
It's-
still has the house. The
oh.
house is still connected to the hospital. There's still all the connections are there, but you actually have to go looking for them to find them. The Vermissian doesn't completely obviate that truth from all of reality.
no.
It makes everybody stop caring about it so much.
The Vermissian sounds hard.
Right. I am
strange.
going to call it at that
Okay.
point because I think we've reached the
really?
perfect breaking point.
Well,
We've done a day of investigating and finding out lots of information, and your characters, quite frankly, need to go to bed because they've been up
Yes.
for about 24 hours, and it's been a very busy 24 hours of running around the town and interrogating folks and traveling through space-time reality wormholes and drinking wine,
Getting our noses cut off.
having your noses
Fortunately, we
cut
have a
off.
house now that nobody will
Yeah.
look for anybody in.
Isn't it a shithole?
It
Actually,
is
you
a
know what?
shithole, but you've got Percival to tidy it up.
Also, you can remove stress if you've developed stress, not just by the one method from your class, but you can seek out like specialists to help you. Like if you've got blood stress, you can go to a doctor. If you've got mental stress, you could talk to a counselor or something like that. So we could say
You've
that
got silver
over the
stress,
night,
you can mug a guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Over the or shadow stress, you could go, bribe the watch not to forget that you were ever there or something.
Yeah.
So, during the night, maybe we rest, we try to recover ourselves a little bit, and then we hit it hard again in the morning.
So a
I
couple of
didn't take
hours
any.
of rest, and then we will pick up next week at the point where you're ready to engage. That also gives you a little bit of thinking time to come up with the next stage of your plan.
Yeah.
So thank you very much,
love
everybody, for joining us this evening. Thank you to my players for
it's been
embodying their
awesome.
characters so beautifully.
Oh,
It's
you're welcome.
such a diverse spread of people, but they all complement each other so well in terms of the characters that it's like they were made for each other. Thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us for our 1-year Twitch anniversary. Lovely to have you all here. Congratulations, Please Forever, for winning the $25 drive-through RPG voucher. Don't forget to message the Grand Garblag himself to say, where is my money? And he will make that a thing that happens. Don't forget to join us next week. We've got Expanse Watch Party on Monday, where we're going to watch The Expanse. Season 1, episodes 7, 8, and 9, I believe, are the
Sweet.
ones that are lined up for then. It's getting cool and exciting. We're flying around in spaceships and pew-pew-pewing things. We've got the Rocinante, which means that we're past the bit where they don't have their own spaceship. It's all gravy.
Technical.
Tuesday, we have got Astonishing Swordsman and
And
Sorcerer
Sorcerer.
of Hyperborea.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Dream team.
Yeah, where Matt is going to be running a number of us through our paces as Conanite,
Yeah.
barbarian-y sorts of
Conan-ish.
folks.
Who's in there?
Yeah.
We were talking about the character classes. I believe there's fighter with a hint of barbarian,
Yeah.
fighter with a hint of thief, fighter with a
yeah.
hint of cleric.
I'm
Like
really
the hint of
excited
mage,
for it.
mage
Yeah.
with a large dollop of fighter.
Yeah. And then on Wednesday, we've got episode 1 of Woof Rup,
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Once Upon a Time in the Old World. Aaron, I believe you're in that, aren't you?
I am. I play Hagen Ritter von Delbers, a squire who's attempting to get out from under his father's shadow.
Awesome.
Aaron Execker
So
wants to know if
cool.
it's the ass of Hyperborea. Yes, Aaron Execker. We're going to be playing with the ass of Hyperborea. On Thursday next week, we have got Traveller, the mighty mega mix-up, mash-up space game galore, where we are going to Don't Know Yet.
I might
Next
actually
week-
be in that one.
You might,
That's
yeah. And then next Friday, we've got
Finally.
session 4 of Bedlam Hill, which is going swimmingly. So we'll see where that picks up and where that heads off. But last but not least, tomorrow, you
Tomorrow?
should come and witness the combining of the Garblags, which is the first stage of the Garpocalypse. We will be all playing Alien. Matt's running an Alien game and we're all in it on one of the Gary Con channels, which you can find in our Discord. Exclamation mark Discord.
And then I think after the game, there's an interview with...
And there is an interview afterwards with Andrew Gasker, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So,
wow!
Come along, play.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow and next week. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you and good night.
Bye-bye. Ta-ra.
I'll be tuning in tomorrow.